Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you're doing really well. My name is Humna and I share content connected to art, healing and spirituality. Through these videos, I like to share something about my own personal journey, which has helped me become the person I am, and how the journey has helped me get closer to Allah, of course, but also closer to my own self, to understand my own weaknesses, my own limitations, and my understanding of what this world was towards what this world is for Allah. And today, what really is going on in my head is that there are some journeys we have to go on. These are, by the way, notes that I write down, which I share through these videos. And what I've written here is what I'll read first and then break it apart for you. There are some journeys we have to go on our own, and that is the journey to Allah. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ only went to a certain place with Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salam, and then he had to go alone. When going within to your heart, to your Allah's light, you have to leave the comfort of companions, of the familiar, and walk the unknown, unfamiliar, uncertain path with certainty that you are not alone, for He is always with you. The tree in between, the lote tree. Why the tree? A symbol of life and death, dark and light, root and branches, certainty and uncertainty, seen and unseen. The marking point beyond which angels cannot pass, the lote tree. I don't know if it's lote tree or lot tree. Sidratul Muntaha. This is what I've written in my notebook, and I'll try and explain this for you a little bit better. When we are going through life, there comes a point where we are either in bliss state or in complete chaos. And in that bliss state, you can turn to Allah and say, I am so fulfilled, I am so happy, I feel like it's time for me you've given me everything that I needed, and now it's time for me to do what you created me for. So I'm here, your servant, and I turn to you, so guide me what it is that you want me to do. Or there comes a time in our life where you are going through big issues, big problems, big losses in your life, and that triggers you to turn to Allah for guidance or whatever it is that you need in that moment in time. So either through peace or either through chaos, He will lead you to be in a space with yourself where you will turn to Him fully, to surrender and to submit to His will. And this point comes in our life where the soul knows that it is ready to be of service. Now, if you are going through something really difficult, then Allah will slowly give you mentors, guide you to videos, or take you on journeys where you will find some kind of peace in those little moments as a reminder of Him. But if you are in peace and you turn to Allah, then He will purify you further, to break your ego, to question you, to test you, that are you fully ready, or is your mind thinking that you are ready? In both scenarios, when you are led to your spiritual journey through peace or through chaos, either way, Allah is holding you. He knows what time is best for you, and He will make you turn towards Him because he knows that you are ready. So you think you might be asking Allah for something, that I'm ready to serve you, but it is actually him knowing that you are ready, that he inspires you to make that dua, that you are ready to turn to him. And once you turn to him, he will test you mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, in every way. And one by one, he will break your ego in all of these spaces, right? So if you have money, you will have money losses. If you are too proud and too attached to your family, he will create chaos in your family for you to be tested. Can you survive what you're going through? And do you see that this was a test? And how attached are you to your family? How willing are you to come towards him, to Allah, to leave your family and their ways of life and turn towards choosing the way of life that Allah wants you to choose, right? So he will, there will be a journey or a phase of your life, if you are lucky, that you will go through a process of purification. And in that process, you will be tested. And through that test, you will become purified to be able to do the work that he has chosen for you. Through these phases, the phase he will give you some mentors, he will give you some friends, he will give you different people, and he will test you through them, and he'll make you get attached to them and then remove them for you to understand if the source of love was them, or the source of love is he who gifted you them. And what's happening through this journey is that bit by bit, he is, of course, calling you closer to him, but he is also detaching you and making you see dunya, the world, more clearly. So the more you get hurt from this world, the more disconnected you feel from it, the more you connect to the Creator. And when you go into the journey towards your Allah, it is a journey that is done between you and him. And only those people who he chooses to exist in your reality, he will. And the way you know that these people are from him is that you will know that in their presence, number one, you can be your own authentic self. You won't feel the need to lie, to pretend. You will always feel held by them, and you will not feel judged by them, and they will always listen to you, because they're not listening to you, they are listening to your soul. And they will be able to always bring you closer to Allah and give you clarity. And in your period of isolation, because we are humans and we do need people in our life at some point, so yes, you will go through a phase where you will be pulled towards Allah and tested by loneliness and solitude and all that sort of stuff. You will be disconnected and disinterested in relationships, in people, in career, in whatever it is that you were so engrossed and comfortable in. You will feel that you will start getting unstable, you will lose money, you will lose people. And what that does is it's not that you are losing these people. What is happening is that you're becoming closer to those that Allah wants you to be surrounded by. And so those that your ego mind chose for you, they need to leave to make space for the ones that Allah knows are good for you. And like I said, I've just explained how can you identify the people that are from Allah. The one thing that you always have to remember is that they will passionately bring you closer to Allah. They will always speak about Allah. because they don't see you as people, they see you as souls, and they are able to see through you. So try not to be too scared of them or be overwhelmed by the way they are able to sense your soul, because these souls are actually trained to hold you in the dark places, because they have journeyed into darker places than you are being taken to. They are literally trained by their Allah for you. So by connecting to them, and you'll know these people. These people are a gift of God, and you will always feel that after speaking to them, you will feel seen, heard, valued. Known and very comforted. So they will always take care of you as an act of their ibadat, because they know that Allah has sent you towards them. So but those are they're not people you depend on. You'll always know you can't depend on them, but they are there for your guidance, and they will speak that what your Allah wants to tell you. So sometimes we're not very clear in our intuition, we're blocked in our hearts, and so these people come into our life to remind us of Allah, and through that remembrance, alhamdulillah, we turn towards Allah and purify our hearts. But this journey is not the journey that you will take with your cousins or with your family member or even your spouse or your children. This is a journey that you will take with only those people, those companions that He chooses for you. And you have to trust that the ones that remind you of Allah are the ones that actually come from Allah. And so you have to trust their presence as a gift, and know that they are literally trained for you, because they have gone through something in their own life that was deeper, so they could be prepared to hold whatever it is that your storms or whatever your journey is. They're able to hold it because their vessel is able to hold not only their own darkness but yours also at the same time. And they've been their whole existence is a blessing. So don't push them away. Don't feel insecure about them, that they know more than you do. That's not what they are there for. They are there to hold you, to remind you, and to guide you back towards your Allah. So see them as that what Allah chooses for them to be. And so, like I said, the journey towards Allah will be not comfortable, because it is a lot of purification. We get attached to people, to career, to things, to a lifestyle, to comfort, and that makes us be in a space where we are unable to truly be in gratitude towards our Allah. You see, you will only value the things that you haven't got. So and you will crave for them. So like fasting, when we do our fast, it's such a beautiful act of submission towards Allah. When we are not able to eat the food, we want to eat the food. When we can't have it, we have the hunger to eat. But when we control our hunger, Allah gives us a whole feast at Maghrib, right? So it's kind of like that feeling that we have to remind ourselves that the companions might not walk with us on the path that is unknown, because you see, your sister, your mother, your father have walked a certain path that they are familiar with, but they are not ready to sit in your darkness, because that's not their journey, and they will not understand it. And that's part of the whole test, that they are not meant to understand. So we cannot judge them or hold them for not being there on our spiritual ascending space, right? So we have to have compassion towards ourselves and towards them, and say, you know what, Allah is going to give me the right people, and I will move forward towards Allah. And that's it. For a certain amount of time, you don't you realized that you were attached to the people that were keeping you in this dunya. They were constantly draining you. And I'm not talking about just family, I'm talking about everybody around us that we attract in our lives based on our egoic desires. But when your shift turns to Allah and you journey towards Allah, then only those that will keep you closer to Him and remind you of Him will stay with you. And that's a beautiful, beautiful gift from our Allah. And the more unfamiliar the path is, like imagine your mother cannot guide you on a path that she hasn't walked on, right? So you have to be very forgiving towards these people. So this unfamiliar path is the path that you have to walk alone, and for that path you will be sent people. You will have those videos come through or posts come through that you will be guided by your Allah, but you have to trust that everything is coming from Him. Most of the times we think, oh, it's the algorithm, or oh, it must be something else. But no, an algorithm cannot work unless it was the will of Allah, right? And so Allah is the one beyond that algorithm, right? And so if that video, if that person, if that whatever quote has come in front of you, could not have come in front of you till your soul was attracting it and your Allah was guiding it to you. And if it's come in front of you, then it is something to awaken you, to bring you closer to your Allah, if it gives you peace and calmness, right? So don't ever be don't ever try to make sense to people who Allah doesn't want you to make, that Allah will not make you make sense to them. So don't be too worried about your family not understanding your spiritual path, because they're not meant to. And the reason Allah does this is He'll connect you to people across oceans, is to show you that just because those people who you think are around you, you are receiving love, you can receive love from beyond these people. And you can also receive love from those who you don't even know and who don't even matter. But they will give you love, they will give you grounding based on what Allah chooses for you to receive through these people. So it's not about the people that you know. Allah's love can come from unlimited resources, unlimited spaces, and He will send you the people that He knows are going to be good for you, because He wants you to come closer to Him. So don't ever think that you are ever going to be left alone. He will always make sure that you have somebody somewhere there for you. And there was a time in my life when I didn't have many people who I could pick up the phone and say, okay, I'm just going to call because I'm having a rough day. And I remember that I feed birds, like pigeons, outside my window, and I was eating alone, and this bird, a pigeon, was eating with me the food that Allah guided me to give this bird. And I thought to myself, oh my God, I have been waiting and thinking, who will call me to check on me, or for me to have a company, or to feel like there's somebody with me. I've been waiting for a particular, a person or somebody that I knew. And here Allah has already given me a companion just across the window, who's eating with me, who's sharing with me, who's being with me. And in that moment, I felt such a sense of relief and peace. And even though you don't have a person with you, you still do have the air, you still do have the plants, you still do have the whole universe. The sun is with you, the moon is with you. We think that the love of Allah will only come from one person or our families or something. But when we're walking or going towards Allah, then His love is going to come to us through everything and anything, through flowers, through birds, through a stranger. So when we open ourselves to receiving Allah's love, because when we journey towards something that is so limitless, then how is He only going to communicate to you and tell you that He loves you just through the people or just through the money that you earn from it? He doesn't show His love through one source. He's going to show you through YouTube, through Instagram, through your friends, through your birds, through the lion, through whatever He chooses. So don't restrict yourself when you are journeying towards Allah, that He's going to communicate and connect with you through only the resources that you think open that up to, he's going to come, he's going to talk to you through everything and anything, because you are walking towards the Lord, the God who is so limitless, and he speaks to you in limitless ways, through songs, through quotes, through people, through birds, through ants, through grass, through elements, through fire, through air, through food, through everything, right? And that's when you expand and you start seeing him in everything. And in regards to the Sidrat al-Muntaha, like I said, the tree is in between the journey towards your Allah. There's a tree there. When Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had to walk that journey alone, the tree is such a beautiful symbol of the heaven and the earth. You see, it's grounded, its roots are in the heaven. They are on the earth, but it grows towards the heaven because it knows that in heaven is its Lord. It's its love, right? So it grows towards love. Then there's darkness, and then there's light, and then there's certainty. What you see the tree grow as, the trunk and the leaves and the fruits and whatever it creates, you see certainty. But there's so much uncertainty. You can't see the roots, where they're growing, how they're growing, what nutrition they're receiving, where the water is coming from. All of that sort of stuff is so uncertain, but yet the tree has the trust in itself that Allah is going to provide me in the spaces that are uncertain, that are dark. I'll be held there, and I will be held as I walk towards the Creator, the heavens. I will be held in that certainty and in the uncertainty. And that's such a beautiful reminder that just because you're walking towards Allah, he hasn't left you, he's still got you. And the part that you felt was dark, like dunya, he still got you. So no matter where you are, what side of the earth you are, below it or above it, you are always held by Allah. Now, if that's something that you like to do, connect to Allah at a deeper level in a spiritual way, I do that through my art sessions every Friday, 11 a.m. UK time, through Zoom. You can actually contact me through the details given below, and I can send you the link for it. If you type artasibadat on my Instagram, I can share the link with you, or you can book me for a one-to-one session, or if you feel like becoming your own healer, then you can check out my Patreon. But for today, I really hope this message reaches you, guides you, grounds you, and reminds you you are loved just the way you are. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Allah.